Manchester United isn't just a football club, it's a factory of legends. From Busby to Ferguson, from dreamers to winners. These are the icons who built the myth, the moments that made history. Manchester United's 50 greatest players. Bobby Charlton, Sir Bobby Charlton, made 758 appearances for Manchester United, scoring a club record 249 goals as an attacking midfielder, forward. A Ballon d'Or winner 1966 and Munich survivor. He rebuilt United and became the club's ultimate symbol of greatness.
George Best made 470 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 179 goals as a dazzling winger forward. A Ballon d'Or winner, 1968, he combined skill with swagger. Fun fact, Best once said he spent his money on women, cars, and wasted the rest. Denis Law made 404 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 237 goals as a lethal award. A Ballon d'Or winner, 1964. He formed United's Holy Trinity. Fun fact, he remains the only United player to win the Ballon d'Or while at the club. Eric Cantona made 185 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 82 goals as a charismatic forward. Captain, catalyst, and king. He ignited United's dominance in the 1990s. Fun fact, he retired at just 30, walking away at the peak of his power. Ryan Giggs made a record 963 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 168 goals as a flying winger, midfielder. He won 13 Premier League titles across 2 decades. Fun fact, Giggs scored in every Premier League season he played.
Paul Scholes made 718 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 155 goals as a genius central midfielder, known for vision and long-range strikes. Fun fact, Zidane and Xavi both called him the midfielder they admired most. Roy Keane made 480 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 51 goals as a dominant midfielder. One of the club's greatest captains, he drove standards and intensity. Fun fact, Keane captained United to the historic 1999 treble. Cristiano Ronaldo made 346 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 145 goals as a devastating winger, forward. He evolved from talent to superstar at Old Trafford. Fun fact, he won his first Ballon d'Or in 2008 with United. Wayne Rooney made 559 appearances for Manchester United, scoring a club record 253 goals as a relentless forward. A 5-time Premier League winner. Fun fact, his overhead kick versus City is often called the greatest goal in club history. Peter Schmeichel made 398 appearances for Manchester United as a commanding goalkeeper, winning everything in the 1990s. His presence transformed United's defense. Fun fact, he scored a goal for United, a rare feat for a goalkeeper. Brian Robson made 461 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 99 goals as a powerful midfielder. Nicknamed Captain Marvel, he led by example through pain and pressure. Fun fact, he captained United for a club record 12 seasons. Nemanja Vidic made 300 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 21 goals as a fearless centre-back. A defensive leader and aerial powerhouse. Fun fact, he won Premier League Player of the Season twice, rare for a defender. Rio Ferdinand made 455 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 8 goals as an elegant centre-back. Calm, intelligent, and composed, he anchored United's defense for over a decade. Fun fact, he won 6 Premier League titles with the club. Edwin van der Sar made 266 appearances for Manchester United as a calm, elite goalkeeper. He was vital to late 2000s dominance, winning 4 Premier League titles. Fun fact, he set a club record with 311 consecutive minutes without conceding. David Beckham made 394 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 85 goals as a world-class right midfielder. His delivery and work rate defined an era. Fun fact, he provided the corners for both goals in the 1999 Champions League final comeback. Gary Neville made 602 appearances for Manchester United as a reliable right-back. A one-club man, he was a key part of United's greatest teams. Fun fact, he won 8 Premier League titles and never received a red card in his career. Dennis Irwin made 529 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 33 goals as a supremely reliable left-back. Ice-cold from the penalty spot and defensively flawless. Fun fact, Sir Alex Ferguson once called him his greatest ever signing. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer made 366 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 126 goals as a clinical forward. The ultimate super sub, deadly off the bench. Fun fact, he scored the 1999 Champions League winning goal with his final touch. Michael Carrick made 464 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 24 goals as a composed central midfielder. He controlled tempo and balance during a dominant era. Fun fact, United lost just 18 of 230 league games when Carrick started. Andy Cole made 275 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 121 goals as a sharp center forward. A master of movement, he thrived in big moments. Fun fact, he formed one of football's deadliest partnerships with Dwight Yorke. Dwight Yorke made 152 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 66 goals as a creative forward. His flair and intelligence lit up the treble season. Fun fact, Yorke and Andy Cole assisted more goals for each other than any duo in Premier League history. Jaap Stam made 127 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 1 goal as a dominant centre-back. Powerful, fast, and fearless, he anchored the defence during the treble era. Fun fact, Sir Alex Ferguson later said selling Stam was his biggest regret. Patrice Evra made 379 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 10 goals as an attacking left-back. Energetic, vocal, and relentless, he defined the modern full-back role. Fun fact, Evra captained United in the 2011 Champions League final. Carlos Tevez made 99 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 34 goals as a tireless forward. His work rate and aggression powered the treble-chasing side. Fun fact, he started the 2008 Champions League final alongside Ronaldo and Rooney. Nani made 230 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 41 goals as an explosive winger. Unpredictable and skillful, he delivered in big moments. Fun fact, he scored in the 2009 Champions League final, helping United lift the trophy. Robin van Persie made 105 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 58 goals as a lethal forward. Signed to win titles, he delivered instantly. Fun fact, his volley versus Aston Villa sealed the 2013 Premier League title. Dimitar Berbatov made 149 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 56 goals as an elegant forward. His touch and composure were unmatched. Fun fact, he won the 2010-11 Premier League Golden Boot with 20 goals.
Mark Hughes made 467 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 163 goals as a powerful forward. Known for strength and spectacular finishes, he thrived in big games. Fun fact, Hughes scored twice in the 1991 Cup Winners' Cup final.
Paul Ince made 281 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 29 goals as a commanding midfielder. Tough, driven, and vocal, he set the tone in the early Premier League years. Fun fact, Ince was United's first black captain. Teddy Sheringham made 153 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 46 goals as an intelligent forward. His movement and composure defined big moments. Fun fact, he scored the equalizer in the 1999 Champions League final before assisting the winner. Antonio Valencia made 339 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 25 goals as a powerful winger chalk right-back. Renowned for pace and work rate, he later captained the club. Fun fact, he won 2 Premier League titles and wore the armband in his final season. Wes Brown made 362 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 5 goals as a versatile defender. Calm and dependable, he delivered in the biggest matches. Fun fact, Brown started the 2008 Champions League final, helping keep a clean sheet. Park Ji-sung made 204 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 27 goals as a tireless midfielder. Loved for discipline and big game performances. Fun fact, he became the first Asian player to win the Champions League, 2008. Ander Herrera made 189 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 20 goals as a high-energy midfielder. Combative and intelligent, he was a fan favorite in big games. Fun fact, he won Sir Matt Busby Player of the Year in 2016-17. Bruno Fernandes made 230-plus appearances for Manchester United, scoring 80-plus goals as a creative attacking midfielder. Captain, leader, and match winner, he transformed United's attack instantly. Fun fact, he has one of the best goals per game records of any United midfielder. Marcus Rashford made 400-plus appearances for Manchester United, scoring 130-plus goals as a rapid forward. A local academy graduate, he delivered in huge moments. Fun fact, he scored twice on his first-team debut at just 18. David De Gea made 545 appearances for Manchester United as an elite goalkeeper. Renowned for reflex saves, he carried the team through tough years. Fun fact, he won the Premier League Golden Glove 4 times and made 14 saves in one match versus Arsenal, 2017. Louis Saha made 124 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 42 goals as a powerful forward. When fit, he combined pace, strength, and finishing at the highest level. Fun fact, Sir Alex Ferguson once said Saha was unstoppable when fully fit. Shinji Kagawa made 57 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 6 goals as an intelligent attacking midfielder, known for movement and link-up play. Fun fact, he scored a hat-trick versus Norwich in 2013, the first Asian player to do so in the Premier League. Juan Mata made 285 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 51 goals as a creative midfielder or winger. Known for intelligence and technique, he delivered in big moments. Fun fact, he scored twice at Anfield in 2018, silencing Liverpool. Nemanja Matic made 189 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 4 goals as a disciplined defensive midfielder. He brought balance, strength, and experience to midfield battles. Fun fact, Matic won the Europa League in 2017, starting the final. Rafael Varane made 95 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 2 goals as a composed centre-back. A serial winner, he added calm and experience to the defense. Fun fact, Varane won the Carabao Cup in 2023, scoring in the final at Wembley. Zlatan Ibrahimovic made 53 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 29 goals as a powerful forward. His confidence and quality lifted the team instantly. Fun fact, he scored 28 goals in his debut season, winning the League Cup and Europa League. Lisandro Martinez made 100-plus appearances for Manchester United, scoring 3 goals as a fearless centre-back. Aggressive, technical, and relentless, he transformed United's defence. Fun fact, nicknamed The Butcher, he won the Carabao Cup in 2023. Casemiro made 150-plus appearances for Manchester United, scoring 15-plus goals as a dominant defensive midfielder. He brought elite mentality, control, and leadership to midfield. Fun fact, he scored in the 2023 Carabao Cup final, ending United's trophy drought. Anthony Martial made 317 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 90 goals as a skillful forward. Signed as a teenager, he brought flair and pace to the attack. Fun fact, he scored on his debut versus Liverpool, winning the 2015 Golden Boy Award. Jesse Lingard made 232 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 35 goals as an energetic midfielder, Charlton forward. A big-game performer with late runs and flair. Fun fact, he scored in the 2016 FA Cup final, helping United lift the trophy. Phil Neville made 386 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 8 goals as a dependable fullback or midfielder. Versatile and disciplined, he was trusted in multiple roles. Fun fact, Neville won 6 Premier League titles with United. Duncan Edwards made 177 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 21 goals as a powerful left-half midfielder. Widely regarded as a once-in-a-generation talent. Fun fact, Pelé later said Edwards was the greatest player he ever faced. Manchester United legacy. These players didn't just wear red, they built history. Different eras, different styles, one identity. Manchester United isn't just a club, it's a story written by legends. Manchester United isn't just trophies or titles, it's moments, memories, legends. If you enjoyed this journey through the 50 greatest players to ever wear red, hit like, subscribe, and comment below. Who should be next? And who did we miss? This is United. This is legacy.